What's up, guys? It's Fox Lost Birdo Gaming, and today I want to talk about Battlefield 5. Now, I'm going to open up and say that so far I like what I see. Some people are a little bit out there about certain things, and other people are just absolutely hating the game right now. But I like what I see. I'm a big history buff, and one of my favorite subjects is World War II. So, having Battlefield, my favorite FPS, go back to that time is awesome. And World War I threw me for a loop. It literally, it was one of the least expected eras to go back to for a video game that I would have ever anticipated. But that's not the subject right now. Battlefield 5. A lot of people are giving their opinions on it, and I figured why not me, so here I am. Now, from what I saw from the trailer and the reveal show, I watched it. Paul and I were in the party. We were talking about it, having back and forth. And what I saw, I liked. But when we were watching it, we saw concept art for a female character. And I know a lot of people are like they saw it. I'm watching the chat, and all of a sudden, all I see is "Woman! Woman! Why is there a woman in my battlefield?" And in my head, I'm like, okay, they're overreacting. And in my head, I'm also justifying it. I'm like, okay, maybe she's a Russian sniper, or maybe she's a French resistance fighter. And then I heard them like justify it with the campaign idea. She said they were like, oh, it's a one of our campaigns has a Norwegian resistance fighter. I'm like, okay, cool. So there's how they justify it. Like Battlefield 1 introduced women in the game as the Russian snipers and the Russian Women's Battalion of Death, which is just badass name. But it turns out that once you hear her speak, she's a British woman with a prosthetic arm, which, to be honest, I have more of a problem with how she's using a prosthetic arm than I do with the fact that she's a woman. But that in total doesn't really bother me. I mean, chances are, hell, I'll probably have one character in my group that is a woman. But the way that I'm fine with it, because Battlefield really, while it's based off historical events, it's not, like the dev said, it is not a history book. So they've brought in things that made no sense. I'm looking at you, Hellregal. Piece of shit. But going on from there, chances are I am going to be buying. It's not a chances are. It's an I am buying the game, and hopefully with the new position that I have in my job, I'll be able to actually afford to buy a capture card so I can bring some of that to my channel. But beyond that, I figured I'd give my opinion. And it's like, I watched the trailer and I see the Churchill tanks rolling straight through the building and watching the building crumple. Not completely, but only crumple where the tank has touched it. And I think that's the coolest thing. They improved the destruction from Battlefield 1. There's so many times I've been driving in Battlefield 1, drove a land ship through a building and have it go up on a 45-degree angle and get stuck there. So I'm glad that they're bringing up the destruction. Then I hear about the fortifications, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, because we could take a objective, and while all the other people are pushing off, it's not just me standing there with a husk of a building and no cover. I could build my little fortifications. I could put up machine guns as a support player. I could put all this other stuff. I could put up field cannons. I could have someone tow a field gun, like a PaK-38 or something, and have it parked in this one spot so I can cover like a roadway or something. I think that's the coolest idea. People are saying they're taking too much from Fortnite, and they're not entirely wrong, but I see where DICE is coming from, and I think that's actually a really cool idea for Battlefield. It's kind of new, and it's not removing the campaign, like removing the campaign and adding in Battle Royale like some other game that I heard of and forgot the name of. But I love the idea that I'm going to be able to go and play a World War II game I mean, I know I could just play Heroes and Generals. I could play Day of Infamy. But I want to be like a AAA World War II game where I can climb into the driver's seat of a Sherman tank. Or hell, the second I saw the Sturmpanzer, I was fucking so goddamn happy when I saw that in the trailer. When I saw the Doodlebug, the V1 rocket flying in and hitting the ground and exploding a second after, the sound of that Doodlebug coming in, that was the coolest shit. Like, I'm sitting there watching it with Paul, and I just shout out, "The Doodlebug!" And he's like, "What the fuck is a Doodlebug?" I'm like, "That's a Doodlebug." So, as for some of the other things, there's a lot of customization coming into the game. And I love to customize my character. Like, it's like, one of the things that I do all the time is I change anything I can about my character whenever I feel like, I was like, oh, I don't want this, I'll take this. And looking at some of the outfits, I mean, granted, there was the Braveheart guy, the lady with the trench coat, which looked really cool, and the prosthetic arm. All in total, it looks really cool. I mean, chances are I'm going to have the trench coat, I'm going to have my M1 helmet, or my, I forget what the designation is, the bucket helmet, or if I can, I'll put a Stahl helm on every one of my frickin' soldiers. And I'm going to go from there. But it's like, the weapon customization, from what I've heard, has been expanded to where it's got 6 different slots. I've heard that from Angry Joe. He was talking about his review. There's like 6 different slots, like skins, engravings, and the different attachments and stuff like that, which I think is really cool. I mean, one of my favorite rifles from the First World War, or the Second World War, is probably the M1 carbine. If I can use that, like the standard M1 carbine, or switch to like the paratroop version, or the M2 carbine that was fully automatic as opposed to semi, that'd be pretty cool. And then also customize it and personalize it, as well as my soldier. I think that would be pretty freaking awesome. And one of the things that Paul appreciated was the fact that you could put ghillie wraps on there. And you guys haven't played with Paul, but Paul plays sniper 90% of the time doing anything. He's playing Fort DeVoe on Battlefield 1, and he's rolling around with a Martini Henry. So he just does what he does. Now, this video's going on for a while. But basically, in conclusion, I am going to be doing Battlefield. Battlefield 5 is a game that is going to be coming to this channel. Whether it's good or not. I mean, I'm going to be playing the beta. The beta is gonna, like, I can't wait for that. I want to get my hands on this game. Roll around in a Panzer IV or anything. The fucking, what I saw, there was like Matildas. There was the Churchill tanks, obviously. The tank customization. The fact that you could put wraps on your tank. You could take tank treads and just pretty much just tape them to the side of your fucking tank, which was an actual thing they did for extra protection. I think it's the coolest thing. And like the personalization, like you saw in one of the clips, that there was a tank with a frickin' with the Union Jack over the hull. I thought that was really cool. And that means I could put my American flag right across. I doubt they'll allow you to do it with the German, because you know how things are with the Germans. But anyways, I want to hear your guys' opinion down in the comments below, because this is a really highly anticipated game. I mean, it's not coming out till October. It's May 25th as of recording this. But I think it's going to be great. I mean, the chances are it's going to be a little bit buggy at first, like all Battlefields are upon launch. But the way that these guys are doing interviews and such like that, such as like they did an interview with Angry Joe, and if he can land an interview, they're pretty damn confident about their game, that they're gonna go forward with it. I mean, granted, there is still, like Joe said, there's a lot of like distrust with EA. We don't know what they're gonna be doing as for like making money with the game, because EA is like that, is the company that's horrible, the Battlefront destroyer. But I'm getting off topic. I want to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments below. Chances are I will not be doing another montage, I guess. I won't be doing another one of those, a Battlefield one. Battlefield 5, when it comes out, I may be doing that. So keep an eye out for that. I'll try to keep you guys updated as much as possible. I'm losing subscribers. I was sitting at 32 just like at the beginning of the week, and all of a sudden now I'm down to 29. That's the way it goes. It's just the way it goes, I suppose. But if you guys like what you see, leave a like, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about Battlefield 5 down below. I really want to hear your guys' opinion. So I'll see you guys in the next one.